So hello friend, today we are going to know about how we can create a new user in Linux operating system. For that purpose, I am using right now the Parrot operating system. You can go with the Kali Linux and the Ubuntu, whatever you want to. It might work on every Linux distribution. So we are going to create a new user using the terminal, right? We are not going to use any kind of GUI. So this is the base thing. We have to use the terminal. So for that purpose, we have one command called user add. So firstly, we want to see how this command works and what are the sub commands and the arguments of this command. For that, I am going into terminal and type main user add. This main command is basically for the manual. It will show you the manual of a user add, and not just for the user add. Whichever command you want to know about, you can type here, and you can get the information of that command. So right now we want the information of the user add. So type main and user add, and then hit enter. So now you can see the user manual of the command user add. Here it shows the dash capital D, and then you can write the options and the login system, dash B for base directory, dash C for command, then dash capital D for defaults. These are the arguments which you can use in user add command. But we are not going to make it that much of complex. Instead of we are going with the simple way. For the simple way, type in terminal sudo user add and just type the name of your user. Like I want to make a user named sample. We want to give a username sample. I misspelled it. Sample. So you can see this sudo user add and then directly the username sample. And I just hit enter. Then it will ask for my uh, current user password. Then enter. Then you can see, guys, it will successfully executed. It is successfully executed right now. Now we want to know if this user has been created or not. So for that we are going to use su super user, su means, and type our user's name, right? uh, and then hit enter. What this command will do, it will give the access of our new user. So hit enter. It is asking for the password, but we don't have the password for our new user. So hit Control C, and we are going to set the password for our user firstly, because we need password to go inside that user. So for that purpose, we have the command called password, PASSWD. This is the basic command in every Linux distribution. Using this command, you can set the password of your user. So sudo password and then username. Username in our case is sample, and then hit enter. So you can see, guys, it will ask for the new password directly because we don't have the old password here, because this is the new user and we set the password from the scratch. So type here your new password. Let's put anything here right now and just enter. So you can see here the password updated successfully. So now we can go into this user using this password, which we are set it up right now. So and now type super user su and then the name of your user sample, and then hit enter. Then it is asking for the password. We have password right now. To type it and enter. Now you can see here our terminal has been changed. Before we are into dharmic@parrot, which is my primary user, and now we are into different user. So, so we want to check which user we are inside. So type who am I. This is a basic command for the uh, for you can say to know your identity inside Linux operating system. So type who am I and press enter. You can see here it is showing the name of user sample. So we are right now in the sample user, right? Done. So we have successfully created the new user and we are inside it, but we can face some kind of problem here. I will show you how which kind of problem we are facing right now here. So if we want to use any sudo means root permission, so what we can do in our regular user, we type su sudo, right? Type here sudo and su means we want to go inside the root user, right? Sudo su and then hit enter. So it will ask for the password of your user. Just put the password of user and then enter. So it is showing here one error. Sample is not in the sudoers file. Now, what is the meaning of this error right now? We have to solve this, right? Uh, it basically says you don't have the permission to use a root access. This our new user sample has not the permission to use a root user, right? Our user Dharmik has that permission, but new user sample has not that permission. So how we can add that permission to sample? So for that we have to go to our primary user. For that type exit and then now we are inside our dharmic at the red parrot. So let me just clear this stuff. So now we have to add here the permission for our new user sample. For that we have one command called user mode. Means what this command basically do is it will add your user into sudo means sudo. There is one grouping system inside every operating system, or we can say inside Linux operating system. So there is a group. Now we have to add our sample user, our new user, into that sudo group. Our this user Dharmik has already permission of the sudo, but our new user don't have the permission. So for that we have to use a command called user mode. So let's see the manual of that command. So type man user mode as always. So you can here see the manual of the command. The options are there and so many things are there, but we don't need that much of knowledge to add just the sudo's permission. We have to here type basic command sudo user mode and then dash a capital G. You can see the meaning of A and G into the manual. I don't have to explain the meaning of A and G, right? So dash A and G and then type the user sudo. Sudo is the group and now type the username which we want to add into sudo. So we want to add sample user into sudo. So we want to add this sample user into sudo group, right? After the execution of this command, we should be able to access the sudo from our new user, right? Let's see what happened. Just hit enter and you can see guys our command has been successfully executed. So for now checking for that we have to go to our sample user again. For that super user sample enter and then type the password. Okay, I just wrote the password enter. Now just check where we are. Who am I? We are inside the sample user, and we before we face the the problem to not and we can't enter into a root user. Let's see again, we can do it or not. Just type uh, sudo su, means we want the permission of the super user, means root user. Then hit enter. Now type the password of the sample user, and now you can see we have the permission of the root. Right, you can see we are inside the root terminal. Who am I? And just check, we are inside the root, right? Say that you have created fully or successfully created the whole user. So guys, I hope you found that this video useful. To watch these kind of interesting videos, subscribe our YouTube channel. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.